Hi everybody, it's Zaria here. Um, Firstly, I just wanted to let you know that I have a beautiful assistant who's worked with me for the last 3 years, and for the last month or so, her mum has been in hospital with COVID. And sadly, this weekend she passed away. And on Sunday, she messaged me, and she's taking this week off for the funeral and bereavement. And it's been so extremely hard for her um, to lose her mum. And it's meant for me that doing the workshop without my assistant just would mean that I would be completely overwhelmed. And obviously, as somebody who's working with a team, I want to support my team to be able to do what matters to them. It's just essential. There is no, doubt about that. And so Giselle has taken the week off, and when we discussed that, immediately I could feel like this tension headache, and I knew for myself that I could. And then when I was getting to sleep, I kept sort of bolting up of the level of work that it would take for me to run the workshop just on my own. So I chatted to my coach today and decided to delay it. But I wanted to share with you about the process of that, of how I dealt with the triggers, like my dishwasher broke, my tumble dryer broke. I took my daughter to university 2-day trips, Saturday and Sunday. Then last night her front tooth chipped, and so this morning was working out, dentist and everything, and it was so intense of so many different things. So I want to go through with you a little of what I did, so that those of you who are in a hellish place might be able to do it as well. So first, I ranted. I expressed what was there. I shared what was there. So that I didn't hold on to it, and so that it stews in my head. And we're going to be looking at in the Tame the Triggers workshop. The warm-up will start next week, and the workshop itself will start on the 27th. You're welcome to, I'll just put that up there for a second. You're welcome to come and join us. I'm just going to share with you a few tips and tricks that have helped me today. So the first thing I did after ranting and raving is, my screen's just gone funny, is I wrote down the center of that is how to get through everything that was going on. And I wrote a few core things. One, what I needed my focus to be through this. If I was going to focus on everything that was wrong, I was going to just really, really struggle through it. So I had to look at the tools that I have, and they're tools that I'm going to be teaching you in the Tame the Triggers workshop. If you want the Tame the Triggers workshop, just type in workshop below, and I will give you the link, because Facebook is being weird that if I share any links, it's hiding any posts. So I'm not going to share the link automatically. Just share workshop and I'll share the link for you. The next thing that I want to do is make sure that my well-being is good. If I'm going to run a workshop and I'm doing it from empty, I'm going to get annoyed, I'm going to get irritated, I'm going to get frustrated, and I'm not going to be able to deliver the best that I possibly could. So I needed to look at what fills me up so that I've got love and goodness and care for you. If I had to run the workshop now without my assistant, I would be it would be so stressful that I wouldn't be able to function. And I don't want to give people who are enrolled in the workshop the worst experience. I want to give you the best experience. So for me, it was a wise decision to be able to go, okay, I'm delaying it. But I couldn't make that decision at the start when I knew that my assistant needed to take off the week because her mum had died from COVID, because I was just so triggered in that second. The Tame the Triggers workshop isn't going to stop triggers in your life happening, because I can't control life. But what it is going to teach you to be able to do is to respond to yourself effectively so you are your own best friend. And like I said, that starts with noticing all the things that are upsetting you so that you get clarity around them and empathizing and owning what is there. And then when you've done that, you're able to see what you can control and deal with immediately. So that's what I did. I looked down and saw, okay, these are the things that I can do. And I broke it into small steps and started taking action in those steps. And then as I did that, I started feeling great about myself, started celebrating. I wrote on the post that I'd ranted, these are the things I'm doing to shift that. Because when I first realized, oh my God, I'm going to have to do all the things, normally through a workshop, it takes me about 12 hours a day. And my assistant helps for about 4 hours a day. And there's no way I could do 16 hours a day. I would just be flattened. Some days I do in the workshops, but it means that I get empty, and I don't want that for anybody. So what I noticed is when I woke up, I was in overwhelm, and which is when you get into overwhelm, you can't take any action. Why? Because the dorsal vagus nerve gets shut down, and then you get immobilized. And if you're immobilized, you can't do anything. So I knew that I had to write down everything and then take it into bite-sized chunks, and really get clear of who I am, what mattered to me. Like, what matters to me is a good experience for everybody. And rather than rushing and doing it messily, I would rather do it more effectively and take the time to do it. So we're going to delay it by 1 week. Next week we'll have the warm-up, and then the following week. So if you start next week, if you sign up now before we begin, you'll be able to get extra. I'm going to do an extra Q&A for those folk who've already signed up so that you still are feeling met and loved. And we begin the 5 days on the 27th, but those of you who join early, we're going to have some warm-up material of really supporting all of us to make this space in our lives to be able to do the workshop. Because otherwise, if we just get into the habit of life, we don't ever make space for that, and things are more triggering. So come and join us on the workshop. It will make such a difference to your life in you getting to know what you love in yourself, growing your belief in yourself, and being able to deal with the triggers in your life. It's just 10 minutes a day, though the Q&As are longer, they're sometimes an hour or two, so that I can make sure that I respond to every person's question, because I want each and every one of you to feel met and supported and loved. So the biggest thing that I learned from today is, really when I saw everything in life was going wrong, was really going, taking all that I'm learning and going to be teaching you, putting it down on a piece of paper to remind myself. So I'm going to support you through this to be able to create this for yourself, so that when triggers happen, you're able to support yourself and get through it and feel great about who you are. Last night when everything was going wrong, I could feel a tension headache and really stressed. And I feel great now because I worked through it. I got into action. I cleared up the things that I could control. And I feel excited to be able to serve you and make a difference to you. So if you haven't joined the Tame the Triggers, come and join now. And we'll have an early Q&A for me to answer your questions and support you so you feel loved and met. And I'm looking forward to begin next week. Sending you love. Bye. Oh, it's just £7. So, it's something that's affordable, and the difference that, I just saw in the advert earlier today, people have said it was a life-changing workshop for them that really tuned them into who they are and what matters to them. And I'd love to be able to do that for you too. Just 10 minutes a day. All right. Sending you love. Come and join us. Bye.